Everybody at home say full 4 fire ice 5 times fast. Full 4 fire ice, full 4 fire ice, full 4 fire ice, full 4 fire ice, full 4 fire ice. I have a non-multiple of 5 play points. I'm simply built differently. Plans playing the Tamashii combo deck in Modern? Not at the moment. Again, like, this is... I think some people maybe, like, have, like, a slight misconception about what I like to do on the channel, where... Like, I think the Tamashii deck is good. If I have any ideas on how to improve it, I'll play it, but I don't really like to play decks if I don't have ideas on how I can improve them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't... I don't currently have an idea on how I can make that deck better, so I'm just currently working on other stuff, because I like to work on things that I feel like I'm improving on. Okay, here I think I want to try to go Wildfire for a mountain. If I draw a land, I can Karn for Grafdigger's Cage next turn, and then okay, I did draw the land. I can kill this, so they can't winnow to me now. But yeah, I like to work on decks. I like to try to improve them. I like to try to innovate. I like to try to do new things. Sometimes we have like a more stale format where it's harder to brew and it's harder to innovate. It's harder to do things. I understand. That's not always an option, but that is what I like to try to do on the channel. And yeah, I think I am still getting a cage. And so, like, again, if I feel like I've got an idea for that deck, I will play it. I don't currently have any ideas for it on how to make it better. You know, they just conceded. I know they can't crew the chariot, but they can just attack the Karn. It's a very aggressive concession. Harold, did you have a hat preference? Last time I played this matchup, I brought in the Anger, and I think I cut a Golos and a Fable. I think I'll maybe just cut 2 Fables this time. Maybe one of each. Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, like when you're trophy racing, it's harder to brew a lot. That's like definitely true. But it's also like the seasons that I choose to trophy race are usually going to be seasons that are a bit more dry. Not that I stopped brewing during trophy seasons though. And then Harold said, do I have a red hat? I do have a red squid hat somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. It was underneath the chair the whole time. What opponent's lands my target with Wildfire stage? Our Manzans are Citadels. Yeah, we have 4 Cataracts, 3 Citadels, 1 Citadel Sideboard. It's mostly a ramp spell. Or ideally mostly a ramp spell in this deck. But there's also like plenty of manlands, plenty of castles in the format too. So it's not like you never target your opponent's lands. You could also just cycle it for 2 mana, right? Definitely a big part of the card. Alright, so next turn they can cast Winota and trigger it potentially. Yeah, that is true. A lot of some Pioneer decks at least are somewhat cheating on basics. Damn it. We just needed to not hit it like exactly Hot Master this turn. So frustrating. Dub, thank you for Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. Are multiple Cataracts just because of the Golos surge or because it's indestructible for Wildfire? Yeah, we're playing multiples because we just want to draw it early for Wildfire. They have a second Hot Master. Alright. This is good game 3. Get to the play for game 3. Yeah, I think the Winota decks typically play 1 basic, right? I think this hand's got to be a keep on the play. We just have Stomp into Bonecrusher into Fires Chandra. Go from there. I drew a Wildfire that turn, I'm not sure if I would have stomped or or Wildfire, to be honest. Okay, Innkeeper. Drew a Wildfire this turn. I think I'm just playing Bonecrusher. I don't think the Wildfire really does that much for me. Although next turn, if I feel like I don't want a Chandra minus, maybe I'll go Chandra plus, cast the Wildfire. Probably gonna Chandra minus. So we're kind of in the same spot we were last game. If they hit Huntmaster here, we're in bad shape. If they hit, I guess if they hit the Exile creature, we're in bad shape too. Yeah, but they just bricked, and now we're just streets and streets ahead. Yeah, wow, Winota is terrible, actually. Streets Ahead, is that a community reference? It's a cool expression I made up. It sounds like your streets behind, if you think that's a community reference, actually. Yeah, I think we're supposed to go Karn, grab God-Pharaoh statue, cast it up the Chandra mana. But it just says GG's. Okay, GG's to you too. Decks are popular, and I think that they are probably tough matchups for you. I think I'm going to play Citadel in turn 1 to maybe incentivize my opponent to play into Stomp a little bit more. Kolaghan's Command in the sideboard is always really goofy to me, because it just feels like there's basically always something better for like the matchups that Kolaghan's Command's good in. Just something more targeted. But yeah, keep having fun. Deck looks fun. Those are just some thoughts. Deck is also probably not like secretly good or anything. Okay, playing against Lotus Field. So in this matchup, like all that really matters, I think, is drawing a Karn, and we don't have a Karn, but maybe we can. We have we have a bunch of looks at it off of the Fable, I guess. So like if we have a Karn in the top 3, I guess we're a little short of being we're 1 mana short of being able to Karn for Damping Sphere. We can Karn for something else potentially. I mean, if we even draw it, I guess. I think I'm just putting back the whole hand. Found Karn. Hopefully it's not 1 turn too late. Next turn we can Karn for Damping Sphere. I guess my opponent's not that likely to kill me this turn. Yeah. Shout out to being on the play. I guess they could maybe have a Boseiju. No, they have an Odawara. That being said, their Thespian stage is still not copying the Lotus Field, but if they have an untapped land, they can go stage, copy Lotus Field, play untapped land, hidden strings, probably win. Does an Alpine Moon shut this deck down, Lotus? Yeah, well, you can't Karn for Alpine Moon. It also just doesn't. Like the more I'm playing the format, the more like I'm realizing Damping Sphere, Alpine Moon used to be great against Lotus Field. Now they have Boseiju, Odawara, and it's just like ridiculously easy for them to answer these lock pieces. And they're really good at racing aggro decks, and they're really good at beating counter spells, discard spells. So like the Lotus Field deck is really very, very resilient. We may beat it this game, but the deck is very resilient. Yeah, there's really like no card that you could just play in your sideboard and draw and win. Like, no, Lavinia is really good, and Archon of whatever is good, but yeah, there's no just play this card 5-head kind of card. Okay, they return the Odawara. Yikes. So I think I'm just actually going to go... Sorry. Not necessarily the right order, but just Bonecrusher into Damping Sphere. Oh, Needle the Otawara. Yeah, although... Otawara just, like, doesn't... It just doesn't get the job done here, you know what I mean? Because, like, they have to spend 4 mana to bounce it. But yeah, but maybe needling like Thespian Stage was good. Or needling the Otawara is probably fine. Animating, playing sphere, animating, and in-step copying it. That's a sick line. I love it. Love that line. I mean, this line also just like puts lethal in play for next turn, so it seemed not bad. If they have strings, they can cast first and win easily. Maybe. Easily has got to be an exaggeration. They need 2 strings because they get to go Lotus Field, copy Thespian Stage, Hidden Strings, untap, have 6 mana, bounce the Damping Sphere for 4. Yeah, they have to have double strings. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the Sweltering Suns. I might just bring in the Citadel as a land to draw. I might bring in Heart of Kiran for a faster clock. Well, we won game 1, which is pretty nice. I think I'm pretty unlikely to mulligan any hand without Karn. Ideally, I think we really want to have like turn 2 Wildfire, turn 3 Karn. This hand does have turn 2 Wildfire. So maybe we can keep, and like we can turn 3 Chandra, and then like what's nice about Chandra is like if we draw a Karn, we can go Karn, Damping Sphere all in 1 turn. So I think I'll try to keep this. Don't love to see a turn 1 Grazer though, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think I'll keep the Awakening to just actually cast now. Okay, 4 cards left in their hand. Hard to beat, like, if the Grazer, you know, time walks them on the play, it's just always hard to beat that draw. They're not playing Thespian Stage this turn. That's actually really big for me. Probably Exile Karn. No, Exile Mountain. They're thinking it's bad. Why we don't Wildfire the Lotus Field? Lotus Field has hexproof. Yeah. Yeah, you're just used to Blood Sun being in play. Let's go back a bit. Do you think Thoughtscar gets better than Consider when you don't have DRC Bobble? I don't think I've ever said that. Consider, I think, is just better in Murktide decks in general. Where, like, obviously, like, you lose the potential to turn 2 Murktide. You don't turn 2 Murktide that often anyways, and Consider just, like, giving you, like, selection is a huge deal, I think. And, like, Murktide is just not that hard to turn on in general. You know, the card just not that hard to delve five spells. Shadowspear in the sideboard to tutor so we can Wildfire Lotus Field. It's actually not that bad a suggestion. It's kind of tough when we don't have that many creatures, but a Shadowspear is also like maybe good to equip on Bonecrusher Giant or Stormbreath against the creature decks. Okay, so they float black mana, they Hidden Strings, they can cast an Emergent Ultimatum, which I don't think kills me right now. And I think that they take if they put Peer through whatever, Peer through the whatever, we can hit the... I don't think we can kill them with the Light Up the Night. It's close, though. Yeah, what would we cut for the Shadowspear? Maybe an Anger of the Gods. Maybe the Cosmos Elixir. Yeah, it's like... A lot of times with Ultimatum, they'll get, like, Omniscience, Peer Through the Abyss, and the, like, the Discard Your Hand, triple Demonic Tutor. As referenced as a joke, seems unlikely scenario. Well, the thing is, like, Shadowspear is like just an okay card to get against aggro decks, anyways, right? So, like, it's not like that's the only case for it. 8 damage with mana and flashback. Costs 4 mana to flashback, so we can deal 2 damage with the Chandra, and then like 1 mana, put a Light Up the Night in the yard. 6 mana on the flashback to remove the counters. I guess I could go mana off Chandra. Yeah, I'm only counting. I'm only counting. Oh no, it is exactly 8. So this will go up to 6 loyalty. So yeah, that's exactly enough. But they don't put it in the pile, obviously. Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, so Pour of the Pages. Well, we have to put the Omniscience back, right? Well, hold on. They have 2 cards in their hand. They got Omniscience, Lair, Disciple of the Drowned. What if I just give them Omniscience? I put back the Pour, and they've got Omniscience in play. I can kill Lair, and if they have nothing else, if they have no more card draw, we win. Because like these 2 cards don't work together. Yeah, I think we just have to hope they have no more card draw. Like, I mean, obviously, like, you know, I think other lines are fine too. They could have Fae or Masterminds. Yeah, I mean, obviously, but that's the thing, though. If they have Fae of Wishes or Masterminds Acquisition in their hand, we're just losing this game anyways. Like, you know, but if, like, I think the way we win this game is if they just assume that I would never give them Omniscience and they'd have no card draw left. I assume they have Pure Behold. Yeah. Obviously, like, you know, that we just lose to any of those cards. I know. Yeah. I mean, I think that, like, you know, all lines are losing lines there. Matchup feels tough. I agree. I mean, the main deck Karns do help, but I agree that the matchup feels tough. What was the thought originally for having Cosmos Elixir? I mean, having a 4-mana value card to get seems generally pretty good for your mana curve considerations with Karn, and then it's both a life gain spell for burn and then a card advantage spell against control. How many basics does Lotus Field play? I think they play 1. They play 1. So maybe we could keep like a double Wildfire hand on the play. Yeah, Cage apparently doesn't stop Ultimatum. Learned that the hard way earlier. I could keep this hand in Valakut Awakening deep for Karn. I think I'm just going to go to 5. Kind of hate this hand. Is 3 lands Karn the Great Creator better than this hand, though? The Fable's not too bad. Draw land. Or Wildfire. Hate to see a 7-card Grazer keep. Just lose that that one every time. Brutal. Brutal timing on the Cleansing Wildfire draw too. So frustrating. Ugh. So frustrating. I mean, this is a good draw, but couldn't find a card in games 2 or 3. But it had a very, very strong game 3 hand. Does Lotus Field lose to Phoenix? I don't really think so. I think Phoenix has a really slow clock, and they don't play that many counter spells. Alright, over it. Love this hand. Can kill a 1 toughness creature on turn 1. Have the Wildfire into hopefully turn 3 fires. The second fires is not that good, but we do have Valakut Awakening to get them out of the deck. Would I consider playing Lotus Field and Eternities? Yeah, absolutely, I would. I think that it's if I think that Lotus Field is the best deck, and then there's Pro Tour qualifiers, I think that it just is that resilient to the hate. I am very likely to play it at the PTQs. Okay. So our second time playing against Winota this league. We did beat it round 1. There's our Valakut Awakening, I guess. It's a bit weird. I think I'm actually just going to go Fires, Awakening, get a brand new hand. Alright, new hand looking pretty good. Next turn, maybe Karn for Cage. Wildfire the red source there. I kind of like this line, I don't know. So again, Karn for Cage here. It's kind of slow. Golos is a good blocker. I can go Golos, Chandra, kill a cat. Maybe just Golos, Karn plus, because Karn chops this Chariot. Get the Blast Zone. Maybe it's good to minus the Karn. I think I'll plus. Yeah, I think if they had one out of last turn, they would have casted last turn too. Maybe they would have charioted first. Get Ring and Ring for Sweeper. I can't play Karn, Ring, and Sweeper all in the same turn. It's 3 spells. So Karn goes to 2. So you can go. Can I activate Golos? 1 mana short. I kind of like maybe Karn for Combustible Gearhulk. I could also go Karn for Ring of 3 Wishes and just put another Karn into play this turn. Karn can only target non-creatures. I can also just Valakut Awakening. Trying to plus lets me Golos. Yeah, maybe that's good. I like to cast one of the spells though. Obviously, you have a lot of options, and they all seem pretty reasonable. I think I like just plussing... Oh, sorry. I should have cast the Awakening first. Just kill the cat token. They can only get 1 Winota activation, even if they do have it here. Get to tick up. I guess I could play the Mountain and then tick up the Blast Zone 3 times. That's maybe more relevant. They have a Fable this turn. This thing I'm still putting 2 counters. Okay, so I could just start off by activating Golos. I could also, obviously, I could maybe Karn for God-Pharaoh's statue. And stomp this. Statue does seem pretty good here. Alright. Well, maybe I should, exile card for Chandra first. And pass back. I didn't have lethal with Light Up the Night, Pyromancer's Goggles. My discards. Lina, Selfless Champion. Not a card you usually see in these decks, and Agent of Treachery, so they're going a bit bigger with their version. Cuddlebuns, thank you again for the 2 months. Appreciate ya. And Oofda with the 2-pack, presumably for the deck tech, huh? The Beseiju, Golos over everything else here is kind of weird. Maybe they don't realize I've got the Din of the Bug blocker. Oofda claims we've got some spice. Oh no, I'm knocking everything over. I think I'm just gonna pop the Blast Zone on 3 end of turn. 3 mana, Llanowar Elves. Let's kill the Fable. New Chandra. Gotta get in. Here's a little lesson on trickery. 4 Shadowborn Apostle, 4 Valky, 2 Razaketh, Ulamog, Emrakul. It's a Pioneer deck. So you Tibble's Trickery, your Shadowborn Apostle, and you go over a non-same named creature. I'd probably just play one Raza. This card's pretty weak, but having one demon to get with Apostle is probably good. Maybe you can play two. I'm not sure. I like it. I'll say I think I like it. It's probably not that good, but it does seem pretty fun and probably like a great F&M deck. Blakey, thank you for the 23 months. Appreciate you. Let me sideboard real quick. I don't feel like the sideboard needs like more big goofy stuff. I would maybe play like there's a land from one of the new Innistrad sets, Nephalia Academy. That card is probably better than Leyline of Sanctity because this isn't like a hit for your trickery, and that card lets you beat discard spells. Put us on a mold of 6. We're on the draw. I think having Karn and having a turn 1 kill for a Mana Dork is probably a keep in this matchup. Sane's also really good if draws a Wildfire, obviously. I also don't like these Blast Zones though. Like I don't like the main deck colorless lands that much. I feel like your mana requirements aren't that easy because you have all these like black 1-drops and you have the red early. I would play the red-black Scryland over this card like basically all day, every day, and I don't like the Blast Zones. Might play like the red Channel Land or something. But the red Scryland seems very good. Alright, Basic Mountain, not the best draw. Let's pass back. Aren't you only casting Apostle Trickery? Yeah, I mean that's like red-black on turn 3. It's not like the easiest thing ever. The Blast Zone's like not that good in Pioneer in the first place either. It's probably something important to note. Elite Spellbinder. This is a human, which is actually kind of nice here that this is not something that triggers Winota. I would love to draw something I can cast next turn. They choose Chandra, it's kind of interesting. We do draw something we can cast next turn. What's great about Fable here is that I can actually go Karn, or can get a mana off this if I can attack, and then get a Grafdigger's Cage and cast it. Alright, I think those are my thoughts. Cool list, though. Seems fun. Okay, now I can't do all of that next turn, unfortunately. I guess I'll discard Fire's Blast Zone. Not sure what the play is here. I think it's probably just go Karn for Skysovereign. And then I could attack with this turn to it's like because if they kill this next turn I can't Skysovereign, it's kind of a disaster, but probably not great to just suicide attack it, right? Non-creature spells cost 2 more, so that was cost 7 mana. Karn dead. 3 toughness, right? Alright, well, disaster, I guess. Need the mana so I can cast anything this turn because the Citadel enters tapped. So, and all their creatures have flying too. That's a big problem. We can cast Golos. And get a Den, I guess. Fires the Skysovereign? No, you can only cast 1 spell a turn. Down to 8. We need to draw a basic mountain to cast Skysovereign. This costs 8 mana. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're just... I think we attack with the Reflection. No, we need to leave it back for the lair. Guess we attack with nothing. Can stomp the Elite Spellbinder. We're at 8. Play this tapped pass. We have the prerequisite 7 mana next turn. Taking 4, my opponent's got 2 cards in their hands. I think you need to take a turn to get fires off. I mean, No, I think this line's way better because I actually get to kill something, and I get to cast only one spell the following turn either way. This line seems better to me, at least. Yeah, here I think we kill Redain, so that Chandra is... I mean, ideally we're killing both, but I think targeting Redain first seems better. Yeah, now I can block the Archon. Oh, if they fired with the Lair of the Hydra, I can't really block the Archon. They have Huntmaster. Okay, so I can copy the Skysovereign with the Reflection, and I get to hit them for a lot and kill the Huntmaster, or kill 2 creatures and chump block the Huntmaster. Although I guess I need something to crew. I can crew with the Bonecrusher. Okay, so I can go Bonecrusher, crew, copy with the mana, kill Archon, kill Wolf Token, chump block, take 2. Well, oh, the boat's a legend. Oh, damn it. Okay. Good catch. This costs 6 mana, right? And I have 8 mana. I have to kill this if I want to cast 2 spells this turn. No, Golosing into the Archon's kind of goofy, right? I guess I can kill the Archon first. Yeah, I can also Anger of the Gods. I think you're right. This is till end of turn I can cast these, right? Yeah. Okay, so I hit second Golos. This is already an exile. Sokenzan, Chandra. It's actually pretty good. So first thing first, I have to play crew with this Golos, attack, kill Archon. I think I'm alive. Not Chandra. Oh. Okay, weird. I think we're still alive, but didn't realize. Oh no, so this Chandra, yeah, this Chandra is right. That's the Elite Spellbinder. Oh, I even have a land, so I can even copy in combat. Do I want to play this as a 4/3? Yeah, I think so. Oh, this is the adventure. This is the adventure. Okay. Still alive. Adapting for the 8 months. Appreciate ya. Yeah, the Exile Zone, not the most intuitive. And I honestly couldn't have told you 2 worse spells than 2 Prosperous Innkeepers. And I don't think my opponent has attacks. Wow. What a game. Pretty sure just Golos again. Okay, now one of these Chandras is probably... I could probably cast, huh? I can also light up the Knights. If I plus and make mana. This is so confusing. Why is this so confusing? So I could do something like... minus stomp. Yeah. Minus here. Stomp here. I don't think I really need to crew. I mean, I guess I'm still cold to a Winota, huh? Probably can't beat a Winota no matter what. So I'll just try to set up to kill them next turn. Like make a Stormbreath token in a turn. Hope they don't top deck Winota. Oh, they didn't search up a basic. They don't have any basics in their deck. Holy shit. Maybe it's just big brain play trying to mind game me for game 3. I guess there's not gonna be a game 3. 12 plus 6 is 18. I have extra damage too, but yeah, that's at least enough. Skysovereign can't deal them damage, only creatures. Can't believe I won this. Yeah, that was quite the game. Quite the game. How do you feel about this hand? It's probably like pretty marginal, but maybe good enough to keep on the draw. This card's pretty interesting. Okay. Guess we play Din of the Bugbear, because either this or this is coming into play tapped, and this is obviously higher upside just being a spell. Yikes. I can't even kill this with Light Up the Night this turn. Or Stomp. Huh. I do get to ramp. Love to draw an untapped land so I can kill this without taking damage next turn. That's the Nyx creature that finds Asmo. I knew that she would come to me asking this question, Doom. I mean, that card's fine. Like, I think it's good in an Asmo deck, but does it make an Asmo deck good? That's the real question. And I think we may know the answer. Do you only do testing in leagues? Yeah. There's not really better places to do it, I think. My opponent's hand is triple skewer the critics? Good grief. Oh, man. Don't know what we can possibly beat here. Make him kill me, though. Their hand was triple skewer the critics. Yes, Karn for Cosmos Elixir is our plan in the late game. Probably not as good as the Shadowspear. Obviously, this has other text on it, though. Yeah, I think I will cut it. The fact that Shadowspear lets me Wildfire Lotus Field, and it's like about as good as the. It's about as good of a life gain spell probably as Elixir is. Maybe better. I think it's a good swap. I have to remember though, like it's so hard for me to like look at Shadowspear and remember like I have this in here so I can activate the flavor text. It's gonna be hard for me to remember. Okay, on the play. Great hand, or good hand at least. Yeah, I think that Saga is really good. I'm becoming more and more impressed by it, I think, every time I play against it. Love drawing that. And our hand's like pretty close to the nuts. And second Fires isn't quite that, I guess. But we do get to go like just Fires, Karn, get Cosmos Elixir. nice Eidolon. Nice turn 2 Eidolon. You think I'm ever going to cast a spell that triggers Eidolon this game? No way, not me. Maybe we'll. Yeah, maybe I'm actually going to get a Skysovereign here. Could get Ring of Three Wishes, but I have a tap land, so I can't activate it next turn. Skysovereign seems pretty good. Isn't there a land that can remove Hexproof from M819? Yeah, well, you can't Karn for it. I don't know if that card's worth playing in the main deck. Oh, only shuts off creatures. Okay. All moot then. So killing Karn, poking me for 1. Light up the stage. Mountain Swiftspear. Probably going to be interested in racing, especially if I draw an untapped land. I could like fire it with the Den and the Stormbreath. Not an untapped land. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the Soulscar Mage, and then I'm gonna think about if I wanna attack or not. I'm at 18. My opponent has 3. Let's say they have best case scenario. 2 damage, then skewer. That's gonna be 8 damage of burn plus 6 up to 14. 16. Yeah, then they're dead on the crackback. I think he's probably correct to attack then. It's 4 skewers. 4 skewers isn't even better, right? Because they don't get to trigger prowess. Yeah, they also take 6. Yeah, the Eidolon's a big problem for them. Boat attack. Boat is a summoning stick. We just cast it. Should we have played a Fable to ensure a crewer for Skysovereign? We have Den of the Bugbear for a crewer next turn. Got Den of the Bugbear. Gonna play his Mutavault. Stomp, they go down to 8. We're dead to exactly double skewer. I don't think I counted. We're not dead to double skewer. I counted double skewer and the 1 mana like 2 damage and a shock, and we still weren't dead, right? Oh, I guess we were dead. I guess I totally miscounted. I totally miscounted. Fuck. Must be nice. Must freaking be nice, dude. Ugh. Yeah, ban Skewer. Skewer is pretty good. Okay, my opponent is on the mold of 6. We're on the play with a pretty good hand. Pretty good draw. You have a deck queue I'm going through. They bend a Phoenix off their Consider. That must be nice. My current like process for Pioneer and in general right now is I'm trying to spend time off stream prepping decks, and the decks I prep, once they're ready, they make it to the stream. Sometimes they never get ready, but if they do, they make it to the stream. And I just kind of I have a small queue. This was the last deck I have prepped. This is the last deck I have prepped, and then and you know, I think I've been pretty lucky in that I've been brewing a lot off stream, and I took this week off Channel Fireball so I could spend some time with my family, and I was able to like also still get my playtesting done and have a lot of testing done. But I don't currently have a queue. I don't currently have anything super far planned in the future, but I think I'm going to still be doing a lot of brewing. Going to be returning to some modern decks too as well. We only played modern one day this week. I'm not sure what my schedule for this weekend is either. I think it might be just play the... I think I have plans on Sunday, so maybe I'm not playing... Maybe I'm just playing Modern Challenge tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just not sure what my plan is for the weekend. I think I'm supposed to go for Karn Cage. Oh, wow, they had Spell Pierce? They didn't have Spell Pierce last turn. How I found Pioneer brewing gameplay diversity-wise. Brewing's been really fun. Format feels pretty open. Gameplay's pretty good. There's a couple decks I think are pretty bad for gameplay. Winota, Lotus Field are kind of the main ones. And diversity-wise, there is a lot of people trying new things. The format is definitely a lot less diverse than Modern, though, but more diverse than Standard, obviously. I tried the modern Reanimator. I've tried variants very similar to that deck. I haven't tried the exact list that's been popping around. I also think it's ridiculous that deck only plays 3 copies of Persist, but what do I know? Okay, so second Phoenix in the bin. I think we just play Fires, Chandra, hit my opponent for 2. It's just I don't know. Everybody's got little pet peeves, but the 4th Persist is like, it's so much better. Like, it's so frustrating too, like the current list of those decks play 1 copy of the Enchantment Flicker card because they're realizing that card is just not that strong. They were playing like 3, now 2, now 1, and that card's cool and it's not completely terrible, but it's just not as good as other options. But they're only playing 1 copy, they're playing 3 Persist. I'm like, you're just so close. Just cut the stupid Flicker card for the 4th Persist. Please. But it's just, everybody just plays 3 Persist. At least on the list that I've seen. And like the deck is good. Like the deck is good. It's putting up results. So I'm happy for them. But somebody please play 4 Persist. My opponent plays Galvanic Iteration. Do they have Cruise? They do have Cruise. Casual, draw 6. Kill my Fable. Golly. I kind of need to find a Karn, huh? It's like a nauseating turn. That's Spell Pierce also, I think. Kind of just ended the game. Arrow, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. What deck do you go play for the challenge? Modern Winota? Probably not. I don't know what deck I'll play at the challenge. I haven't been playing much Modern. I'm sure I can select something reasonable. But I haven't been playing that much Modern lately. Okay, 3rd Phoenix. Rancid, thank you for the 20 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, 2 years just around the corner. We've got the Time Walk effect, and we are done. Rough. Yeah, the game ended when they had that Spell Pierce. What can you say? This looks like the version, this looks like the version that is just playing all spells and phoenixes. The deck's pretty cold to graveyard hate in general. I think this, like a lot of games with this deck, are kind of like resolve around resolving a Karn. Like, Grafdigger's Cage is really good against them. It's tough for them to beat it because like their deck is kind of just like all air and phoenixes, and they cast the Delve Time Warp, and then they copy it with the Galvanic Iterations. All really powerful, but very fragile to graveyard hate. They board into Young Pyromancers and Walkers. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm better at beating those. I like keeping Sweltering Sun for Pyromancer. Well, I did bring in 2 Anger of the Gods. Which are better. I also have Bonecrusher, Light Up the Night. We could also just, like, kill, we could just play through it sometimes. This early favorites are Pioneer Brewers. Probably the Red Black Anvil deck's been my favorite. Maybe I'll play stream Saturday and Sunday because I took yesterday off. I might actually stream tomorrow's challenge and Sundays. Oh no, it's like I guess it kind of depends on what time I have D&D on Sunday, but I could probably make it work. Or the house stuff is kind of settling down for now. We don't really have anything to do until the appraisal happens, which is next week, and then I'm done with Elden Ring. $10 for deck tech. Might take out Marty Ranmere. Yeah, if you want to post a link in chat, I'll take a look. Good timing for this this deck tech. Yeah, and I want to play a Pioneer Challenge. I can't play the Saturday Pioneer Challenge because of the time it starts. I can play the Modern one. So that might be fun. I think I'll probably play Anvil in the Pioneer Challenge. Might make a couple additions. But this is definitely the deck I've been liking the most. I probably will cut the Biforces. Play more Graveyard Hate. Good hand. Gonna keep. What deck would I play the PT in order to win? Fun aside. Probably the Anvil deck too. Maybe Lotus Field. Yeah, actually probably Lotus Field in this metagame just because it just is so resilient to everything. Playing Yorion's interesting. I think you can. It's kind of interesting direction to go. I will say, like, I've seen a lot of... Stop! Opponent, you can't just Spell Pierce me out of both games. I would play the 4th Prismatic Ending over the 3rd Touch the Spirit Realm for sure. I do really feel like people, like, they recognize Touch the Spirit Realm is somewhat playable. They're excited to play with it. The card is, like, it is the worst card in the deck, I think. It's horrible that this card can't exile Rest in Peace. It doesn't hit enchantments. Oh no, oops. I just generally have not been impressed by it either, and whenever my opponents have it, it doesn't seem to be very strong. And I think this is a card that you should just probably not play at all. But if you are going to play it, I don't think you should play it over like the 4th copy of Ending. Ending is a really, really important card for these random decks to be able to exile Graveyard Hate. But this list does look fine. I will say that I don't think I play Ingainjo in the deck. Oh, you're also kind of land light, aren't you? No, so you have the... Oh, you don't have the MDFC. Okay, I would play the MDFC over this card, probably. Whatever that card's called. The one that is, the one that's an instant, and you can play it as a tap black source. I think that card's better than Undying Evil. Being able to be a land. Okay, didn't draw an untap lands. Just gonna jam the Fires, I guess. And if it resolves, we'll cast Fable. Never resolving, probably. Yeah. Wait, they brought in Dispute against me? It's kind of wild. Yeah, Malik Rebirth, thank you. Sideboard looks pretty solid. I don't know if the Leylines are necessary right now, but... You know, for these deck techs, it's always so tough to like go into a ton of depth on the sideboard just because it changes so much, and it's hard for me to, like, without playtesting the deck, tell you what cards you need. Is Fable at the perfect power level? I think Fable's I think Fable's a very good card for Pioneer, yeah. So they play this as a red source. They almost certainly have something to trigger it. Okay, Flame Blast Bolt does trigger it. Gets back 2 Phoenixes. Doesn't kill this, though. They do take 2 from targeting it. Probably can't ask for much more than that. Leaving back 1 Phoenix to block. And I draw a Fire of Invention, which I guess we get to resolve. And then cast a Fable. And pass. Got 4 cards in their hand. If I played the Orzhov midrange, are still brewing it. I'm still brewing it. I've tried red black, green black, mono black now. I'm a little stuck with the Orzhov midrange deck. There's like a few spots I just don't know what to fill it with. But it's on my to-do list for sure. Yeah, I've been kind of hankering to play more tournaments lately. I guess I have been playing more tournaments too, but more paper tournaments. But I've been also hankering to play more Magic Online tournaments. I think Obsidian's playable and Orzhov and Pioneer. Yeah, that card's really hard to kill. I think obviously it has more cards to answer it now than it used to, but I do think it's playable. Yeah. Do you think 4-color Reclamation could be a deck once we get Bant Triumph? Yeah, we'll be working on it. I think it's. I do think the biggest problem that Team of Reclamation has is the lack of good removal. And so I do think that potentially base Bant splashing for Rin and 6 is going to be an okay way to build the archetype. Okay, my opponent goes for Galvanic Iteration. Let's see if they have a Cruise. What kind of stinks is like they only play 1 Cruise usually. And the 3 of the Time Walk effects. Yeah, Galvanic Iteration is so powerful in their deck. I'm playing Bant Trek, splashing for Rin and 6 last few FNMs. That's good. It's good. Yeah, the Bant Triumph definitely feels like it's going to help that a lot. Is Rectus Charm a consideration for the Anvil deck? I guess I would ask you, like, what is the idea behind the Rectus Charm? I mean, I think it's like, it's probably a fine card, yeah, but I'm not sure I necessarily understand the idea. I think I'll just discard Golos here. I can potentially present lethal. This is exactly 10. If they do have another 1 mana burn spell, we don't get through though. Oh, awesome, we won. 6 cards, who cares? I'll just attack you for lethal. Think your Izzet Delver Pioneer list is reasonable or Lucky Run? I mean, every 5-0 is a Lucky Run to some extent, but I do think the deck is reasonable. I liked it. Maybe not a perfect build, but I think the shell is there. You have one more graveyard hitting the sideboard. Other modes of Rectus Charm have applications in other matchups. Yeah, thank you for getting me back on track. Maybe I'll consider it. I'll sleep on it a little bit. I like the thought for sure. I will say that like shatter effects in Pioneer just don't feel that relevant. There's obviously some artifacts, but the affinity aggro decks I think are all really bad. They're way worse than I expected them to be. Like, so, like, you know, you see like my current Anvil sideboard has got the like buy forces in the sideboard. Oh, I guess these cards are good against the mirror match though. Yeah, Rectus Charm is way better than mirror. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just play Leyline. Yeah, like Leyline is like really close to like 0 mana win the game against Phoenix too. It's not quite that good, but it's pretty good. Here's what you input. Sorry, did you redeem a deck tech for this, Ari? I don't think I saw that you did. But just general thoughts on Esper Shadow. I think that the main reason to be Esper is to play Ranger Captain. I can pull up, since we're here and we're waiting. I can pull up a list. Gonna mulligan this to the draw against the Phoenix. But I think your version's like maybe too high in the mana curve, and I was liking this version of Esper Shadow. Okay, mulligan this to the draw. Keep this one. Put back Blast Zone, probably. I guess I could put back Second Citadel, since I don't really ever need to. Any Aetherworks Marvel brews I'm working on? Well, we've talked about wanting to brew with Aetherworks Marvel. I haven't actually sat down and done it yet, though. I still want to. It's still something I'd like to try to figure out. Okay, my opponent has Spell Pierced me really badly games 1 and 2. Let's see if they have it this game. They probably do. Considers looking for it. But yeah, again, like we've talked about this a few times, just to reiterate, Aetherworks Marvel, very powerful card, has never really shined in Pioneer due to the fact that for the longest time, Teferi the Fun Raveler was very legal and very powerful. But now Teferi the Fun Raveler is banned, and I think a lot of us have wanted to try it again. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a cage, I think. And there are like still a decent number of counter spells, and like one other like big point I think against the archetype is that if you want to play a linear combo deck, Winota and Lotus Field are probably both better. Winota and Lotus Field are probably both better linear combo decks, but those are the arguments. The biggest issue with that is you have to play bad 3-drops or overcosted spells because they add energy. Yeah. I believe it. I was also thinking Golos was good at Marvel too, because you get to, it's like an okay hit off of it, and spinning Golos in a Marvel deck's probably pretty good. What are examples of non-linear combo decks? I think Splinter Twin is maybe like one of the better examples where that deck gets to play like a fair game plan and have the backdoor combo. Pretty good top deck. Inverter, yeah, I think Inverter is a good example as well. But more linear combo decks, are usually decks that are all in on comboing, if that makes sense. They'll just cast the Bonecrusher instead of stomping them. Just put another lethal attacker into play. Yeah, Yawgmoth, Goblins, but like linear combo. I mean, Winota's maybe not even that linear of a combo deck because they just have the beatdown game plan. But decks like Storm or Belcher or Lotus Field, these are better examples probably of linear combo decks. Yeah. I think describing Winota as linear combo deck wasn't very good. I'll be making an apology video soon. So land lets me monstrous Stormbreath Dragon, which is, I would just attack with it and see if they respond to it before doing so though. Okay, somehow managed to win, despite getting pierced so bad games 1 and 2. I mean, we probably would game 1 if we don't get pierced there. I think I'm gonna run it back this time with the. Dude, my play points are so low. We'll have to maybe stop 1-2 dropping. I've just been brewing and losing a lot off stream. Okay, we're gonna add the Shadowspear though. Did I already do this?